welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We are in a little bit of a different position for this type of video today because I have a bunch of stuff in my bedroom and I can't bother moving it, so we're doing the TBR from here. So the way that I do my TBR MBR every month has changed quite a bit over the last 12 months because I've been trying to find my vibe and what works for me, and I think I definitely have finally found it. So what I'm going to say is that I didn't fully complete my MBR that I wanted to get to, but we are only on the 26th, and the stuff that I have left is Renier by Carl Forshaw. This was my indie priority reads pick, and Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. So what I'm going to do is over the weekend I'm probably going to listen to Empire of Storms in between crocheting and playing my game, and then when I'm back at the end of the weekend start picking up this, and hopefully these two will be finished by the end of January. So that is the plan. So the way that my game works, do I have a game? I don't really have a game. It's the way that my MBR works is that I will pick from my 12 books, 12 friends. I need to get to the page where it shows me what these are. So from this year I've decided that I'm just gonna pick from a spinny wheel. So let's get the wheel up. I've had to remove Tori because for some reason she wasn't removed from the board, but we still have 11 people left, so let's just have a spin. No, we won't because there's a stupid advert in the way. And spin. Doo-doo! Smash! So, Smash's book was Kings of the Wild. Yes, that was also a book that was gifted. I do have that physically, and I will probably also get the audio if there is one. And the prompt was a book inspired by my D&D character. So for those of you who don't know, if I can find a picture of what I've created for my D&D character, she's called Manise. She's like a warrior blood tiefling thing. Basically, after the one shot with us, we all created, like a group of us created our own characters. So I decided to obviously create a tiefling with horns. She's got like wields weapons with both hands. She's a badass. I need to think about what book I'm going to use for this prompt, but I think I have an idea. Okay, so you can't see this because it's still in the case. It's still in my sleeve. This is the month that I will read Curse of the Fallen. I started this, I was loving this, and I just haven't completed it. For those of you who don't know, this is the cover, and it's by H.C. Newell. It's an indie book. I've had it for a while now. I have book 3, I don't have book 2 yet, but I will need to finish book 1. And from what I've read so far, the main character, female, is a badass. And if I turn out to be wrong, then I turn out to be wrong. But from what I've read so far, I really enjoy the MC, and she is badass, which is totally what Manith is. So, and she's got a past that we don't fully know about yet, and I feel like that's going to come bite her in the ass. And my Manith ran away when her parents were murdered when she was young, so she has a bit of a murky past. So we're gonna go with that one. And then so that one's that one. So I've got Kings of the Wild and Curse of the Fallen. Curse of the Fallen doesn't have an audiobook. Well, it does, but from what I remember, it's I've been advised by the author not to use it for reasons. I think that's the one that we were told not to use. Anyway, it is by the by. I'm going to move on to number generator now. Number generator. So we're going to go for number generator now. We have numbers 1 to 17. Actually, no. We have numbers 1 to 18, Last month we chosen before, which was Renia by Carl Forshaw, and hopefully that'll be read by the end of January. So we're going to go 1 to 18 again, and we're going to just generate. We're going to generate number 13. Number 13. So that is Daughter of the Beast by E.C. Greaves. I do have a physical copy of that, and that will be my indie pick for February. Yay for me. So that'll be another one of my indie priority reads off the list. We're now going to change to 24 because the next one that I pick is series that I need to catch up on. So but this month was the Athena Club trilogy. I needed to read The European Traveller for the Monstrous Gentlewoman. It was a thickums at 700 pages, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I've completed that one. So once again, that is coming off my physical TBR, and I need to update my spreadsheet with that. So we're doing okay with this coming off my physical TBR thing. Just need to get Carl's read. So the next one, let's have a look. You can see that I've put it on 24. 19. Hellbent, which I don't own yet. Right, okay, I need to get hold of Hellbent somehow for the month of February. I think I may be able to get hold of the audio. That will then mean I complete, I think it's just a duology. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I think it's a duology. But they're the books that I need to pick from, like, random stuff. I will be taking part in one readathon in the month of February, but I do still have a couple of read-alongs that I'm going along with. So first up we have the book club that I run with Chels from Not Sick Bookaholic. It's all about fantasy book club. The Colour of Vengeance is our next book, and it's the second book in the Ties That Bind series by Rob J. Hayes. I loved book one. I will say that I would recommend this series. However, please check trigger warnings. When I was told that this was a grim dark series, it's dark, it's crass at times, there's lots of swearing, and like there's a lot of talk about sex, and there's lots of like men being inappropriate towards women. And I say that, and I know it sounds really bad, but it fulfills it's the type of people that they are. There's like lots of criminals and really seedy people around, and there's just kind of like how they are. It's not society as a whole, like in general. It's like these types of people that we're following. They're just very bad people. They're not good people. But the book is good. The writing was great. So that's It's All About Fantasy Book Club. The next one we have is Mass Along, and we'll be reading Tower of Dawn. If you've done the tandem read, you'll obviously still continue with that. This, in case you don't know, Mass Along is run by Tori from Scottish Lass Reads and Smash from Ashley's Bookish Life. And we were reading Empire of Storms this month. Like I said, I still need to get to that, but I will finish it. And then we'll be moving on to Tower of Dawn. Yay. And then finally, Christopher Long. I was hoping, I overstretched in January, I think. Like, I was hoping to get this done in January. It's not going to happen. It will be a February read. But we are not doing the live show until just before Empire of the Damned comes out anyway. So that's absolutely fine. I'm a bit annoyed at myself that I didn't get to this. However, The European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman took way longer to read than I thought it was going to do, which is why it got a lower rating. Like, spoiler for my wrap up, it was 4 stars instead of 5. First book got 5. I feel like that book was way longer than it needed to be, and for me, I can normally just smash through a 700-page book quite quickly, but it took me quite a few days to get through that, which, you know, it is what it is. But Empire of the Vampire is going to be on my February TBR. That is it for read-alongs. So we're just going to get on to the readathon books that I want to get to. And there are 25 prompts. Tori has got a bingo board that's been created by the lovely Bobby. One of them I can't do. If you know me, and like you've watched me for a while, I have mentioned quite a few times that pre-2020, or the back end of 2020, so technically pre-2021, I used to read a lot of thrillers and crime books, and that was what was like popular in the blogging sphere that I ran in at the times, and none of those books were of interest to me, so everything I owned practically pre-2021 that I haven't already read has been on hold. So I can't read a series book that was added to my TBR pre-2021 because there was nothing pre-2021 that I'm interested in. The only thing that I had pre-2021 that I still have is Six of Crows, which is what got me back into reading back into 2020. But I've already read that, and I want to read some more of my physical TBR, so I can't complete that prompt. But I am still hoping that I can complete the other 24. And this is how I'm going to do it. You can use up to 3 prompts per book, so I'm going to utilise that to the best of my ability with the books that I have. So, I don't know why I'm holding my phone, because I don't need to hold my phone. First up, we have Blood Rain by Ezra Payne. This is a book that me and Chels are hosting a tour for, because we run indie book tours. If you don't know, I will leave the information linked below to the socials and everything. But this is a new to me author, and also starting a new series. And look at the pretty. We don't have to take part in the tours that we host. We have enough hosts as it is. But as soon as I saw the synopsis and this cover, I was like, I've got to get it in my hands. I've got to review it, and I will be reading that in February. And I'm so excited, like beyond excited. Next up, we are going to be using Colour of Vengeance for Read the Last series book that you bought. This just arrived the other day, and it's only a tiny one. So that'll cover that prompt. Not such a small book. We have Defiant next. And this covers series book you've been gifted, because the author kindly gifted me this book. Series book in your favourite genre, fantasy, will always be fantasy. And also some of my favourite characters ever. And catch up on an ongoing series. I think this is a 5-book series. This is book 3. So boom, boom, boom. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Defiant is the book for that. Next, we have a book added to your TBR in 2022, and a reread a book to continue a series. This actually works out well that I didn't get to this in January, because I'm rereading EOTV to read Empire of the Damned at the end of the month, going into March. And this was on my TBR since 2022. Because, is that when it came out? Did it come out in 2022? Or am I lying to you? Was it it can't have been 2023. It must have been 2022 this came out. We're just going to say that it is. And if I'm lying, I'm lying. Sue me! Next up, we have... Get ready for the pain. I'm going to get ready for the pain. We have Strange the Dreamer. I could also use, could have used this, but actually, I can use this. This is a fairy loot edition, so I hold this pre-2021, and it's being right. Okay, let's just swish things around here. This is a series book added to my TBR pre-2021. I'm going to use it for any series book, and also series I've been putting off, because I've been putting off book 2 in this series. Speaking of Strange the Dreamer, Use of Nightmares, book 2. I'm going to cry, I know I am, and I'm not ready. This is finish a completed series book you meant to read in 2023. This has been on my priority reads since I read Strange the Dreamer. I'm so bad. And a recommended series. This has been recommended by so many people. So, I haven't been telling you what any of these books are about, but you'll find out in the vlogs. The next one, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, Why am I doing this to myself? I'm starting a reread of the Bound and the Broken series. I will be vlogging my experience. Why do I do this to myself? Reading these books. And if you don't know, Ryan Cahill immediately shot up to the top of, like, one of my favourite authors. Just very, very quickly. I just fell in love with his writing. And this is going to cover series you can't stop thinking about, because I literally don't stop talking. This and like Songs of Chaos series by Michael Miller. Very rarely go a week without mentioning it at some point. Like, seriously. Any recommendation videos is like Ryan Kyle, Michael Miller. So any of them could have gone for that, but I chose this. And this goes for series book by a favourite author. So I'm going to be starting a series where I do a spoiler-filled vlogs of this. By this point, if you're interested in reading this book, 99% of the population of the people who are interested have actually read this. And probably reread it more times than I have. So we'll start with the fall and we'll continue with the rest of the series. Because a War and Ruin came out last year, and the novella that's set after War and Ruin came out last year, and I need to read both because I think the next one is out this year, so I want to get caught up. But this is a novella, and I'm not going to rush myself in getting through the series because he hasn't announced a date for the next one yet. I don't even think he's finished writing the next one yet. But the speed he writes, probably the end of the year it comes out. But yeah, I don't know what we're saying, but we're putting this on there. We're putting this on there for why, I don't know. And then we are using Tower of Dawn for 3 prompts. It's read a book from a series you own in full. I have all the hardbacks of this. Read a friend's favourite series. It's Smasher's favourite series. And continue a series. Easy peasy. There we go. And then we've got Tokyo Revengers, which I don't currently have to hand. I'm having to purchase this. And I'm going to be using series book you added to your TBR in 2023. Because I did add this series as a whole to my TBR in 2023. Whether it was a physical one. It doesn't say physical. Like, the whole series is on my wishlist and has been since last year. And let a friend pick from 5 series books. So I messaged Jem. And I didn't really need to message Jem, but I messaged Jem saying, can you pick one of these, please? The Fall, EOTV, Blood Rain, Zom 100 and Tokyo Revengers. And she chose Tokyo Revengers. Because I do want to read some more manga next month. The one I don't have a book for yet is Spin a Wheel for your next pick. What I'm going to do is spin the wheel now, and that will be the first book that I pick up in February. So, on this sheet there are a few that only fill 2 prompts or 1 prompt. So I put them in a wheel and we're going to spin. The Fall. Oh my god! Yay! So the first book of February is going to be The Fall. And it's the smallest book on my TBR for next month. So we're going to start off with a quick win in February, so I'm happy with that. Let me have a look. I need to find a book that was added to my TBR in 2021, and it's easy. I could do a poll pick or a number generator at any point during the month, so those are absolutely fine. I need to just see if I can find a book that was actually added to my TBR in 2021. The books I will be able to hold up or show or anything will be the books that I need to read for Sphinx. We are currently sorting through the semi-finalists at the moment, and the finalists will be announced at the end of January, but we don't know who's going to be in the final until then, so I will have the novellas for the finalists to read at some point during the month of February, so keep an eye out for the vlogs for those novellas, and the finalists will be announced on social and everything. So those are the only things that I have to read for next month that I can't show you yet. Other than that, I'm not gonna be adding any more to my TBR because although a lot of these I can get or do have on audio. I do have 2 books to read physically, and the novellas to read physically. So I don't want to overwhelm myself. I'm gonna do a Becca and separate this into like 50-page splits, because she said that's how she got through. It helped her when she was like struggling to physically read. So I'm gonna try and do that. And yeah, that's it. That's my TBR MBR done. If I don't get to some of these, it's not a big deal. I do want to, however, try my best to get to them, because they get my physical TBR down. What I will say is the only other thing that I might have to roll over to next month is Tori's prompt, which is focus on self-care, specifically manga. I might have to roll that over to next month. My Tokyo Revengers and whatever other manga I can pick up might just have to do for that, but we'll see. Anyway, if you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe to all the good stuff. If you're here and you want to let me know, yeah, please leave black hearts, it'd be appreciated. And until next time, enjoy whatever you're reading or doing. I'll see you all soon.
I left my phone at my brother's place.